Come a little closer. Hey folks, how's everyone doing today? What you just heard was the Sonicake Wave Crush. So, as you heard in that spookily awesome intro, today I'm testing out the Sonicake Wave Crush. You may remember in the video above, the nice folks at Sonicake sent me over 3 pedals to review. The first one was the Rock Stage, and this is the second one. Just before we get started, as usual, although they did send me these products to review, all the thoughts in this video are out of this little thing here, and no one tells me what to do. So if we stick to our usual formats, we'll divide this video into 3 parts. In the first part, we'll look at the construction and the controls. In the second part, we'll plug it in and run through a few sounds. And finally, in the third part, I'll tell you what I think about it. Let's get going. Bam! If you remember my previous video on the Rock Stage, that was kind of a strip pedal, which it had multiple effects on it and an amp sim. This one is a single effects pedal, and it's essentially a big crusher. They call it the Wave Crush, which is an awesome name. So it's part of their mini series of pedals. As you can see, it is tiny.
Wow.
And I'm really getting into these MIDI pedals generally because I think they're a great thing to save space on your board. And really, if they can fit it in a small enclosure, I don't see why not. The construction is really nice and heavy, again, as usual with the Sonicake stuff. No plastic anywhere. It has a nice grip at the bottom, so it stays put on your pedal board. What's really nice about this is that they managed to fit 4 dials on it. So, first of all, let's get close to the camera. So the first dial here, you have a bit crush setting. So you increase it and decrease it, and we'll listen to it in the sound samples, but it increases how many bits you want it to have. In the second position, you have a 3-way switch, and this gives you a radio, a normal, and a grabo filter. So this is pretty cool because it does change the sound quite a lot. In the third position here, you have another dial, and this is the mix. It mixes the amount of the effect you want in your final sound. So if you put it all the way to the left, it will just have the drive signal coming through, and then you increase the amount of the effect you want. Finally, the big knob is the crush setting. This increases and decreases the amount of frequencies on the signal. Then at the bottom, you have the on-off switch. Very nice, very sturdy again. And you simply have in and out and the input for a 9-volt wall plug. So the pedal is very simple. Looks neat, nice graphics. As usual, the Sonicake logo is nice. I like the color they've chosen. The black and purple looks cool. So all in all, very good constructions. Feels sturdy. The size is incredible. Look at it. Very nice. And fits nicely on a pedal board. So let's move on to the sound samples. Okay, guys, we're back. So I've got my vintage V6 Icon. I chose this guitar today because it's versatile and I think it'll work well with the Wave Crush. As usual, I'm going through my Black Star HT5 and then through the torpedo capture into Wall of Sound with some Dyne IR cabs. So I have my Wave Crush here, and just to let you hear. That's my clean tone. So let's get started. Let's just go to the drive channel. Let's move these around a little bit. So I'm moving the crush knob right now, and let's see. So one side of it goes completely. That's pretty cool. So the crush is going through the various frequencies as far as I can tell. I know everyone, when they test this pedal, they usually play video game music, but I'm not a geek. Got it? Let's try the gramophone setting. That's pretty awesome. Pretty cool. I think I definitely like maybe the normal or the radio best, but... So what if we put a bit of the mix down? Sounds cool. And we are back. So we're in part 3 of the video. What we'll think about it. You've heard the sound sample. It's definitely a fun little pedal to play. Let's start with the basics here. I have never really been attracted to bit crushes generally. It's not my kind of sound. I've always found them to be just a novelty thing, but I've got to say, I enjoyed playing with this. It's fun. And considering the very competitive price, it's a nice little pedal to have in your back pocket. It's a nice little pedal to have if you're doing a bit of ambient music, or if you're doing soundtrack works or atmospheric work on guitar, because it does add a very nice kind of lo-fi. It adds a very nice 80s sound to things, which in certain circumstances can be really cool. What I like about it, as opposed to some other bit crushes that I've played, is that it's not simply on and off. You have quite a bit of flexibility in terms of sculpting your sound. You have quite a bit of flexibility with the mix style in terms of how much signal you want to come through. And that can make it slightly more subtle to what I usually find on bit crush pedals, because they're usually very in your face. That's the sound you get. This is different. This can be very subtle at times, and that for me is a massive plus for this pedal. You have the ability to change the tones here with the 3-position switch. Sometimes I did struggle to hear what position I was in because they are very subtle and it doesn't change it dramatically. But again, it's a nice to have on such a small pedal. Construction-wise, as with all the Sonicake pedals, I must say it's really great. That's one of the big common themes that I've been seeing using these 3 pedals that they send me. The construction of these pedals is fantastic. I'm very happy with them. I would gig with them. They feel very solid, and I don't think you can break this anytime soon. So that's a massive plus. So the final point, which I think is fantastic on this pedal, is that they've managed to make a true bypass, which is very, very important. So it means that it doesn't affect your tone when it's not switched on. And this is a massive bonus because, especially with a pedal like this, it's really nice to have on a pedal board. If you want to, in a gig or in a concert, add a little craziness, have it feed back a little bit, have a little ambient part to the concert, to the gig, whilst the singer is drinking his honey tea or whatever singers do. This is a really cool pedal to have, but it's essential that it doesn't affect everything else in the signal chain. Overall, I give this a thumbs up. It's not for everyone. It has a very narrow use for me, but I do a lot of soundtracks. I do a lot of movie work. So I think this is a nice addition to my pedal board. It's great to have in the studio. It's an affordable pedal, which gives you something different, which often we need. And also, tip of the day, if you're stuck in a rut, and unfortunately us guitar players, we do get stuck in ruts every once in a while, this is a great way to get out of it. Try it because it's fun. You need to approach it almost like a synth. So not too complex in terms of your voicings of the chords, but if you do single line runs, fantastic. It opens your mind to different melodies, different sounds. Really great for laying down an 80s kind of grooving track underneath. Really enjoyed it. So as I said, thumbs up. As usual, go check out the Sonicake website. Go check them out on social media because they're a really good company, very nice bunch of people. And remember, stay tuned because I've saved the best for last, and the third Sonicake pedal will be out shortly. As usual, please remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like, because I need it. Thank you so much. I'll put all the details in the description below, and let me know what you guys think. Be good, peace out, and rock.